Hey everyone, it's Hunter. I know it's been a long time since I made a video. That seems to be my norm lately, but I wanted to share some fun and interesting model horse crafting products and places where you can get supplies from if you're on a budget like me. I'm not sure if this video will really grab a lot of people's attention, but I found a whole bunch of cool supplies the other day while I was out shopping, and I figured why not share my finds and maybe help some other people out there with finding some cool or creative products they can use for making model horse accessories. I would also like to make a quick disclaimer that I am Canadian, so we may have different stores, or the products that I can find at the stores in my area might not be available at the same stores in different countries or Canadian provinces, so keep that in mind throughout the video. So one of the first things I want to talk about are popsicle sticks. These are great for building barns, jumps, and all that kind of stuff, and I personally go through popsicle sticks like crazy, so you want to make sure you get a lot. And a great place to get them from is the dollar store. So I only paid $1.25 for these, and this one was $1.50. And I got 4 stacks in this one, and this one comes with 2 stacks. So these are great for building multiple different things. They might not be the most cleanest looking thing to use compared to just straight up like regular wood, but if you're on a budget like me or don't have the tools or the necessary items or requirements to use things like wood and saws and all that kind of stuff, using popsicle sticks is a great alternative, and you get a lot for a cheap price. So I always recommend getting popsicle sticks. You can get these from your local dollar store, Walmart, probably even a hardware store, but I always recommend going for just the dollar store kind because they're just as good and they're cheap. Next are these wooden dowels. I use these a lot and they are great for things like trotting poles, jumps. You can use them for bars on windows and stalls. You can use them for making railings for fencings and paddocks, and they're really cheap. These are only $1.25. These ones here are a bit thinner ones, so these can be good for, like I said, bars on windows and stalls, where these ones are a bit thicker. Not by much, but you can see the difference. But they can be used for things such as even, these can be used for trotting poles too. Just depends on the thickness that you want. Here's a comparison to a Schleich model. So, they also come with like really thick dowels that are a lot bigger, but they're great to use for things like I said, for jumps or for fencing or for extra detailing in stalls. And I love these little things. You get quite a decent pack. This is an unopened one. You get a decent amount in a pack, and for $1.25, I mean, you can't go wrong. Even if you don't use them, I mean, it's not a lot of money that's wasted, and they're a great little product to use for building different kinds of accessories in your barn. You can also find these at Walmart as well, and probably like a hardware store, but I usually just get them from the dollar store. Next are these mini craft blocks. You can get a package of these for about $1.25, and you can use these for a variety of different things as well. You can use them as, you know, you can use them for jumps or as a base for a mounting block even. There's multiple different things you can do with these. Let your creative side flow and figure out different ways you can use them. I always get them as a just in case thing. I have a few ideas of mine that I can use for these currently, but they're not something I use often, but it's something that it wouldn't hurt having in case you might have a project that could use something like these, or just to have on the side. So they're a great little thing to have for your craft selection. So like I said, $1.25, got them at the dollar store. Nifty little thing to keep and use for crafting for your model horses. Continuing on with my dollar store finds, I got this huge stack of like different colors of felt, and these are great for when you want to make blankets or saddle pads or boots for your horses, like leg wraps and stuff. I got this for probably about either $1.50 or $1.25, so under $2, which is a great price for this whole stack you can get. And I've already used it, that's why it's kind of all mangled, but you get all these different colors. You think you get up to 4 or 5 sheets of each color, but it's a great little thing to have for people who love crafting their own blankets and stuff for their models, because it's like you get this whole bundle for like less than $2, so it's a great thing to get from the dollar store. You can also get it from Walmart as well, but I just always get them from Dollarama. But yeah, I would definitely recommend these if you're someone who likes to make your own blankets for your models. It's a great price and you get a lot for it. Another nifty thing you can get from the dollar store are zip ties. This is a pack of $1.40 right there. I completely missed that, but it's for $1.25, and you get a whole bunch of zip ties in there, and these can be used for holding things in place while you're gluing things down, or multiple different reasons. But just in case, you can get a cheap pack of zip ties at your dollar store, and it doesn't hurt to have them on hand. Another cool thing you can get from the dollar store is a nice big roll of rope or string, whatever you want to call this. Most of these products, like I said, I typically say dollar store, but you can usually get them from anywhere like Walmart, hardware stores and stuff, but I typically get most of my stuff from the dollar store or things from Walmart that are cheaper because they're the same thing. If you get this from the dollar store, it'll be like $1.25, or if you get it from Walmart, it could be like $3. So you're just basically saving your money, so it's a lot easier and better for your bang for your buck kind of thing. But this whole thing you can use for stall guards, for rope halters, that kind of stuff, and it doesn't hurt to have this to help with tying off things that you don't you're not using. So like my pack of felt I already showed, it was held together with string to keep it all together and stuff like that. So it's just nifty to have on hand a giant roll of rope or string that is conveniently model sized. So now these are synthetic leather, and these actually were a new product at my local Dollarama because I've never seen them before, and I just got them the other day. And so basically I figured to get some of these. I'm not much for making tack, but I figure these could be great for someone who wants to try making tack for the first time, like bridles and saddles and all that kind of stuff. Now I haven't taken them out of the package, so I'm not sure how big each individual roll is, but I figured I would get two just in case I wanted to try fiddling around with some things. And it could also be great for someone who, like I said, is a beginning tack maker. So instead of buying like a big roll of an expensive type of leather, you can just get these cheap little things from the dollar store, so that way if you mess up, it's not that big of a loss. You get 5 rolls for $2. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. So I figured I'd get some, try it out, see what I can make with it, and if I don't use it, I only wasted $4, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, continuing on with Dollarama finds, I got this, and they had a variety of different kinds, and it is basically just preserved sheet moss. And I figured this could be cool to be used for footing in like pastures as like fake grass. And it was, I think, only like $1.50. It doesn't actually say on the package. But if you can't get to a hardware store or can't afford like the expensive high quality like fake grass, these could be a great substitute or alternative for using for things like I said, for like a cross-country jumps, cross-country course, a paddock, stuff like that for footing, and it makes your barn look more realistic. Well, obviously it's not like actual grass, it gives more of a realistic vibe to your barn, and for only like under $2 you get a pretty decent amount, and it could, like I said, add some extra realistic features to your barn. So I figured I would get some and see what I could do with it, and yeah, so definitely worth a try getting, or if not, you can just get some of the high quality stuff at the hardware store. Now obviously another thing you might want to have on hand is a different variety of paints. These can be used for a base layer on a custom. You can also get pastels from places like Walmart. You can get paints from Walmart, but acrylic paint from the dollar store is usually like $1.25, so it's really cheap for a decent sized bottle of paint. And you can use them for, like I said, for custom projects, for painting accessories like barns and jumps and all that kind of stuff, and you get a variety of different colors, and it doesn't hurt to have a bunch of different paint on hand. So a great place, like I said, get paint from the dollar store. Unless you want high quality paints, then get it from like an actual craft store or possibly Walmart, but I find Dollarama paints, dollar store paints work just as fine. Now as for paintbrushes, I recommend higher quality ones. I got these from a craft store called Michael's. They're more thin for more details, but you can get cheaper ones if you want to, but better quality ones, get them from a craft store. Now these are necklace cords. They're about $1.50 each, and I thought these are really cool because seeing as they already have the lobster clasps on them and they're already connected, these can be used for lead ropes, cross ties. You could use the more basic colored ones for stall guards and stuff. And $1.50 you get about 4 or 5 in a package, and it saves you time, money, and effort instead of having to buy all the lobster claws and the chain and stuff separately, then putting it together. It's already done for you, so I thought that was a cool find as well. And for those of you that can't afford high quality clays or stuff like epoxy, you can get natural modeling clay for a $1.75 at Dollarama, which is again super cool. Helps you get used to how clay works, gets you an idea of where to get started, and it's super cheap, so you don't have to worry about wasting your money if you don't end up liking it or using it. Now for people who like using chain for stall doors, you can get DIY chains from Walmart. They are a bit expensive, but you get a fair amount on this one strip here. It's about $5 or $6, but you could probably find it cheaper somewhere else, but that's where I got mine, and it works great. And of course, let's not forget your glue sticks. You can't go wrong with glue sticks. If you have a glue gun and you use a lot of glue like me, glue sticks you need a lot of. So this one was $1.25 for about 18 sticks. So can't go wrong with that. And yeah, you'll need a lot. And one other thing you may want to consider getting is a box or multiple boxes that you can store your model horse craft supplies in. So that's about the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next model horse video.